EASports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard. But if we see more of what we witnessed yesterday, we're in for a heck of a battle these next 3 days as we show you the current leaderboard here on this Friday. We've currently got a tie at the top at 5 under par. Included among them is the golfer we'll be watching, as this should prove to be a compelling round of golf. That one looking good. It's in the fairway here to start round 2. Second shot coming up. Let's bring in Iona Stephen.
Yes, we have 140 yards left to the flag. And that wind, it's coming from right to left, so you might need to start this a little bit to the right-hand side.
And a good iron shot, just not quite as close as what we'd all want to finish, but still.
Pretty big left to righter here for birdie. Boy, that's a good stroke. Just a fraction off target, but you can't get the speed any better than that. Okay, that's in for par here at the first. And she's going to hold on at 5 under. Back to the second hole here at Bay Hill. Frank, long par 3.
And that green slopes so much from right to left, so you can actually use the contours of the green here.
Back to the action here at the second, and a par 3. Frank, it's 231 yards. What are we looking at?
Well, somehow if you can hit it sky high, that's the best shot to hit in there. This green sometimes gets brick hard, and of course it all slopes to the left.
Boy, that one did not want to slow down at all, and it winds up running right through the green. Now this, her second into this par 3. Good putt there. It's in for par here at the second. And her score is going to stay right where it is. Frank, now to the third hole, and where's the trouble here? That's fairly obvious, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's one thing you don't want to remind yourself of. There's a bunker all the way down the right side. That's a good place to aim.
Our tournament here at Bay Hill still in full swing, obviously. But, Frank, I think all of our golfers competing this weekend may have one eye toward next week, the big purse, the island green, the full field. It is the flagship event on the PGA Tour, the Players, just a couple of hours north of here at TPC Sawgrass.
Rich, when you've got a name that's called The Players, I think that says it all. And it's the one they want to win.
That one looking a little right. Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked. And the second shot now. This from 170 yards.
Get up. Get there. Oh, that is so well done. That somehow is in to save par. And her score's going to stay right where it is. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo back at the fourth. It's the first par 5 on the golf course, Frank.
The litmus test is that first bunker on the left side. If you can get it past that, you've hit it over 330 yards.
And that will do just fine. That's a nice shot right there, landed just short, released onto the green, and now a chance for an eagle 3. So after 2 good shots to get here, this a long look for a possible eagle. Four feet now for birdie. Yeah, that's a well-played hole. It's a birdie here at 4. And she moves to 6 under par. Now to the 5th hole, and off the tee, Frank, how do these fairway bunkers sort of factor into your mindset as you prepare to tee off?
Well, if you watch the pros play on the Arnold Palmer Invitational, you see 2 different strategies here. Just an iron off the tee, give yourself a full shot in, or, well, if you're a longer hitter, take it over that bunker on the left.
This heading a little to her right.
Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
Second shot now from 100 yards. Nah, just caught it fat out of the rough. Never had a chance of reaching, and now it is time to regroup and try to escape with a par. Nah, nothing to it. Very well judged there.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here.
Yeah, that's a good putt. It is a par here at the 5th. And she's going to stay at 6 under par.
Frank, the par 5-6 looks like an enormous carry over the water. What if you're not one of the bigger hitters?
Well, then you've really got to aim at those 2 bunkers, right in between them on the right side, Rich. It becomes very much a plotter hole, because even the layout becomes important. This par 5, you've then got to attack it with a wedge.
And that is into the rough on the right side of this fairway, so understandably not wanting to risk it being too close to the lake.
I'll make this about 100 yards. Third shot.
Another example of her excellent balance and timing, and that's a good shot.
Now this for birdie.
And Rich, this is a green I am familiar with, and this putt is slower than most people realise. Slightly up that slope, little bit of movement from right to left.
That's going to leak out to the right and trickle away. Not the right read there. Okay, it's a bogey here at number 6. And she'll drop back now to 5 under.
Frank, the good news as you come to the 7th after that beast of a par 5 is that it's just under 200 yards. There's no water.
It's not as long as the second, but it's just as demanding. Very narrow entry into this green.
Okay, maybe not ideal, but pin high to the left and a decent look for birdie coming up.
21 feet from pay dirt.
Yep, well done. That's in for par here at 7. And her score is going to stay right where it is. Well, this 8th hole is just a solid par 4. With a good tee shot, you'll have a chance to make 3, but trust me, you're thrilled to walk out of here with a 4. It requires 2 good shots, and you have to play it all the way through, tee to green. Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. Second shot coming up. Let's check in for the first time with Notavigay III.
She's staring at 160 yards to the hole. Player has to contend with this left to right breeze.
That's got to be disappointing. Good line in the fairway, and the approach winds up in a bunker.
Looking to splash this softly onto the green.
Okay, safely on the putting surface out of the sand. Would have maybe liked to run that up a little further, but that's not the worst shot in the world. Okay, good roll there. It is a par here at the 8th, and her score is going to stay right where it is. Final hole now of the front side. It's a 474-yard par 4. And Frank, you've played it before. What works best here?
Well, ideally a nice little draw off the tee. The hole's quite weird because the tee shot shapes to the left and yet the green goes the other way.
That one gonna split the middle. Maybe get a little rollout as well. That is a good, solid tee shot.
All right, partner, break down this approach shot here at the par 4 9th.
What you're looking at is one of the biggest greens on the golf course, Rich, so it gives you a chance to be perhaps a little more aggressive than what you would normally think on a par 4 that's just a little under 500 yards. Maybe a little too pumped up there. That just flew past the flag, but still an outside chance for a birdie.
Oh, Adele, what a great putt that is. It's a birdie here at the 9th. And with that, she'll go out in 35, 1 under par. 10th hole here at Bay Hill is not overly long, just 400 yards, but the emphasis is on accuracy off the tee. That's absolutely crucial. Put it in play in the right spot. You'll have a chance to get out of here with a birdie. Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. This Nota, her second from the fairway.
114 to the hole. The pin is in the front right part of the green. Sand wedge takes flight, and I don't think it's going to carry.
Well, had a good lie in the fairway, but couldn't do anything with it. That comes up woefully short. So that's in for par to start this backside. And her score is going to stay right where it is. Once again, water pops up here at Bay Hill. This at the par 4 11th. It's 438 yards. You want to sort of take this one around that lake on the left. But keep in mind, if you're too far right, then those fairway bunkers could become a problem. Solid, a good drive in the fairway. Just over 160 yards still to go here for this second.
I really like her golf swing, and that's another good shot. She should be happy with that one.
This one going to require some pace back up the hill for birdie. Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. And she'll get it to 7 under. Frank, 574-yard par 5. Scoring opportunity here?
The breeze behind, once again, a reachable par 5. The hardest thing about this hole really is the green. It's raised up a little bit, slopes off on either side.
And some trouble here for our leader. That is into the bunker off the tee. Just got to get this out to a good number, or second at the par 5. I think the reaction tells the story there. Not a good shot at all. Ooh, that's where the wayward previous shot will cost you. Failed to reach the green from the rough, and now it's time to scramble. Not going to be easy. And I don't think she'll be too happy with that. It's on the green, but a long way from home. Just 5 feet left. Good putt there, though it is a bogey here at par 5. And with it, she'll fall to 6 under par.
Frank, this is an interesting hole. It's par 4 13th, and it isn't necessarily a driver off the tee. What are the options?
Yeah, you break it down, 250 off the tee, leaves 120. There's nothing wrong with playing the hole that way. You get a little over ambitious here and run out of fairway. That second shot over water. Whoa.
Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here.
Second shot, good look at the green.
A little long, as we can see, and a little to the right, but still makeable if you hit a good one.
A birdie opportunity here at 13.
And a very manageable look here. Just the slightest of movements to the left, but mostly level.
Well judged, that is in for par here at 13. And this will remain a one-shot advantage.
Right now to the 14th of par 3, and how difficult is this hole?
Once again, very narrow entry into the green, so ideally you want to fly the ball a little higher than normal, make it soft, make it land a little softer.
and that will be too much, club. It's into one of those two bunkers over the back of this 14th green.
Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Boy, that was on an aggressive line. Couldn't quite get it to stop, and that will be left for par. Okay, good putt. And a par here at 14. And this will stay a one-shot lead. Well, this is one of those holes at Bay Hill where you have to sort of thread the needle. It's more about accuracy than it is about power. It's only 429 yards, a dog leg to the right, but you absolutely have to put the ball in play off the tee. Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. After a good tee shot, Iona, this her second.
It's 123 yards to the front portion of the green, 136 all the way to the hole, pin just on. Pin tucked in the front left-hand portion of the green today.
I imagine a miss, club, because that ball sailed past the flag. Really just fortunate to stay on the back of the green.
A lot of movement on this putt left to right. I think the idea here is just to get it inside sort of a 3-foot circle.
Okay, I'd call that an acceptable effort from that range. Okay, a solid par here at the 15th. And her score's going to stay right where it is.
Back on the tee here at the 16th. Frank, lay it out for us. What's ahead on this hole?
Well, even though there's two bunkers, one on the left and one on the right, it's the shortest of the 4 par 5s. You can almost take those out of play and have just a mid-iron in here. But we all know what's coming up.
And this, a tee shot that fits the eye, and that'll be just fine. Now, after the big drive, this, a good distance here for a second to the par 5. Okay, job well done, Frank. You know when you play this hole, you're playing it like a par 4, even though it's a par 5. You need to be home in 2.
You certainly do, Rich. This hole isn't as long as some par 5s, but when you consider water in play here, water in play at 17 and 18, this is a key shot.
That would have been a good one to convert on. Instead, that'll be left for birdie. Not much to this one. It's for birdie. Well played there. A birdie here at 16. And with it, she'll get a stroke back. Frank, par 3 17s here at Bay Hill. How difficult is this hole?
This one takes your best tee shot, Rich. Otherwise, you're just looking at 4 or 5.
Always like this par 3, Frank. Par 3 17th. Let me amend that. I like watching the best in the world play it because it can be daunting, especially with the pressure ratcheted up.
When they have the tournament on, this green is brick hard. A little bit downhill. That's about the only advantage you get.
And this is a common result. The 17th is a tough green to hit, and that will make its way into the back bunker. Some green to work with as he'll try and lift this one out. Okay, that should be inside of 10 feet. Not too bad. Yeah, that's good putt. It is in for par here at 17. And the lead's going to remain 2. Frank, the scene of so much drama through the years. The 18th here at Bay Hill. What's the key?
The fairway is rather generous, but once again it pinches in around 320, 330 yards. You've got to be cognizant of that. And of course that green shapes to the right, so good tee shot makes that second shot a little bit easier.
Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. Well, Frank, this is one of the most famous shots in the whole sport of golf, the 2nd to 18 at Bay Hill.
And one of the most unpredictable, unless your name is Robert Gamers. Remember, he holed his second shot here to win the tournament many years ago. For some reason, the yardage book's almost got to be thrown away here at 18, Rich, because that second shot always plays longer or shorter than the actual number. So be a little lucky here as well as good at 18.
So this for a finishing birdie at 18.
And not much up or downhill here, so speed not a consideration. All that needs to be looked at is the movement from left to right.
Oh yeah, bottom of the barrel for birdie here at 18. And that will be another round in the 60s. It's a 69 here in round 2. So will this be the week that our featured golfer claims that first ever title? Frank, it's looking promising through 36 holes.
It is, and to just make that final leap to become a winner on the PGA Tour. Well, that's what's in front. It seems simple, but the last bit is the most difficult.
So for Frank Nobilo, Nota Begay III, and Iona Stephen, I'm Rich Lerner. We'll see you next time on EA Sports PGA Tour Golf.